Welcome back, everybody, to Interlagos for part 2 of our drivers' press conference ahead of the FIA Formula One Sao Paulo Grand Prix. This time, left of screen, we have Isack Hadjar. In the middle, we have local hero, Gabriel Bortoleto. And right of screen, we have Alex Albon. Very warm welcome to you all. Gabby, can we start with you? What a huge weekend it is. Your first home Grand Prix here in Brazil. What are you looking forward to most?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for this weekend. I don't know, I'm just looking forward to drive, to be honest. It's a track I've not been here so many times in the past. I've driven here like once, but 4 years ago with like a GT car. So I don't know so much the track. But yeah, very excited about driving here in front of the Brazilian crowd.
So, drove here 4 years ago, but when did you first visit Interlagos? What was the first Grand Prix you saw here?
Well, Interlagos itself, you know, there is a go-karting track just literally next door to here. So I started racing when I was 6. So basically, yeah. So when I was 6 years old was the first time I came to Interlagos. But a Grand Prix, I actually didn't come to any Grand Prix before my F3 season. So I think 2023 was my first year in Interlagos, watching from the paddock. The other years I was watching from the go-kart track because you can actually watch if you just stand in the wall there, you know, you can see it. It's not super legal, but it's fine.
And have you dared to dream just what would a points finish mean to you this weekend?
It would be great. I mean, for the team, for me, for the Brazilian fans, I imagine would be very, very good. So hopefully we can score points.
Well, how hopeful can you be? I mean, you got that brilliant 10th place last time out in Mexico from P16 on the grid. Do you think you'll have the performance to challenge again?
I think so, yeah. I think, you know, it's a sprint weekend. It's not going to be easy. But I think if we do a good job and put the car in a good window straight away from FP1, we can be competitive.
Now, your team principal, Jonathan Wheatley, has been singing your praises recently, talking about, among other things, your maturity in year one. In what areas do you feel, Gabby, that you've improved as a racing driver this year?
My maturity. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like, you know, when you come from F2, you are used to work with a team of, I don't know, 25 people, 30 people maximum, and I don't know, I'm putting a number like this, you know. And then you get to Formula One, and you have more than 1,000 people, you know, working in two cars to make it run. It's literally a huge difference, and I think this year I've been able to adapt, you know, just to get used to it, go to the factory and meet a lot of them, and try to put everyone together and make it as we've won, you know. But it's not easy, but this is for me one of the biggest challenges, is to work with such a big team, and as a rookie, you know, sometimes it's not the easiest thing.
All right, best of luck this weekend. Thank you, Gabby, for that. Isack, let's come to you now. Your first Grand Prix here in Brazil, also a country where your hero, Alain Prost, won 6 times, including once here at Interlagos back in 1990. Just what does it mean to you to be racing here at this racetrack?
Yeah, you know, growing up, to be fair, I was more of a Senna fan. And, you know, watching his documentary, watching him race there, and even like, I remember that race perfectly, and where I was like 8 when Seb won his 3rd world title in the rain in a chaotic race. So this race, you know, brings back a lot of good memories of my childhood. It's a place I've never been before, except from last year, but never driven here. So I'm just so excited to get my first taste around here.
You've driven it on the sim, I would imagine. What are you expecting when you hit the track for the first time?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. You know, that first lap in FP always feels different to what you expect. And from there, we build a good weekend together. Obviously, it's going to be sprint weekend, we need to get in action quite quickly, set the tone quite fast, and yeah, there's some rain expected as well. So, performance point of view, I think we're quite more confident compared to the last 2 weekends. We find a few interesting things, and it's a layout that would suit our car a bit better.
Can you tell us a little bit more about those interesting things? Because it's been a quieter run for you in the last few races in terms of points finishes.
We have a tricky carbureting situation, let's say. And, in Austin, in Mexico, we've been struggling a lot. Our car is better in flatter tracks and just more medium, high-speed corners. So it's no, but it's different. There's no turn 2 and 3 Mexico type of corners. It should be a bit easier, but again, I don't think it's going to be our best track, but it should help.
Look, final one from me. Let's talk constructors. Of luck. Thank you very much for that. Alex, let's bring it on to you. How confident is Williams of finishing P5?
Maybe a bit more optimistic than Isack, but generally, no, it's okay. I think it's kind of a different period of the year now. We transitioned towards next year's car quite a lot. We still want to finish 5th, but there's a much bigger focus on next year.
Let's talk about performance for you. The last few races haven't been the easiest. You said after Mexico you were going to go and analyse the situation. Have you found anything?
I think there's kind of similar to what Isaac's saying. There's a couple of specific tracks. I would say Austin, Mexico. That you can see some issues with the balance of the car. And long story short, I think we just analysed everything. We took everything off the car. The team did a great job to kind of see if there's anything that we can find in the car. I think there's a lot of little things that we've pieced together, and there's a nice reset basically going into Brazil. I think we understand where the issues have come from, and now it's just about delivering a clean weekend.
Are you going to do anything different from a setup point of view?
No, I think it's merely just a couple of tough races, and if you look at the whole season, we've had a really strong year, so it's more about getting back into that rhythm. Setup of the car will be very similar to as it's been the whole year, and there's nothing we need to think out of the ordinary to get the performance back. It will literally just be about getting that rhythm.
All right, good luck with that. Thank you, Alex. Thanks to all three of you. Let's now open this to the floor. We will start with the broadcasters, and Craig, please. Yeah.
Craig Slater, Sky Sports F1. It's a question for Isack. Isack, we learned after Mexico that Red Bull will make a decision on their driver lineups for next year at the season's end. There's been some idea that it might be at Mexico. Are you perfectly relaxed about that? Had you expected to learn something after Mexico?
I mean, to be honest, it's something I'm used to. I never signed a contract or had something announced before the end of the season my whole career. So I always had to keep my head down and keep pushing until the very final lap. So for me, it's nothing new, and that's how it works with Red Bull.
Okay, thank you. Mara?
Mara San Giorgio, Sky Sport Italy F1. A question for Gabriel and
It's going to change anything, this little championship for us, because we're not here to fight for a rookie championship.
Gabby, in the interests of modesty, take yourself out of it. Who do you think has been the best rookie, excluding yourself?
Well, I think Isack has been very strong this year, but recently, I need to be honest as well, Ollie has done an amazing last 3-4 races. Mexico for him was unbelievable, so yeah. If the last 3 races didn't happen, I would put Isack, but now Ollie as well. So them two.
I have nothing to add really. Everything he said was correct. I mean, as long as we're not in the same car, we can't really tell. I think we're all doing really good against our teammates. Of course, Ollie and Gabriel have very experienced teammates, and they are, if you look at the head-to-head in qualifying, they are doing more than okay. So yeah, I think it's a good generation. Let's say.
Thanks both. All right, who's next? Margot.
Margot Lafitte, Canal Plus question for Gabriel. We're doing a piece on Mattia Binotto, and we want to know from your experience inside the team what kind of leader he is and what stands out the most about the way he works with you.
He's an incredible leader, I would say. He's a different guy. I think when he doesn't like so much attention, I feel. You know, sometimes we always even joke about it. You know, he likes to stay on his own and do his things, but he pushes people so much in the factory. You know, he motivates them. Everyone feels like really involved in the project when he's talking and pushing people forwards to develop the car for this season, for next season. And he took obviously a lot of responsibilities. He's the head of Audi F1 project, so yeah. And I really like him. We go along very well. We spend a lot of time together as well, and it's a guy that teaches me a lot. I always love to hear, you know, histories about, you know, he has such a long career in Formula One and worked very closely to Michael Schumacher. That for me is one of the greats. And yeah, just he tells me so many histories about him, and I learned so much from it. So yeah, definitely a great leader, and one of the reasons why I'm in the team I am right now.
Thank you for that. Who's next? Alex, yeah.
Alex Jokes, F1 TV. Alex,